You are listening to the Inverted Creative Podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Jen.
Jen and I are so on top of things that we just spent about an hour and a half not recording when we were supposed to be recording.
Yeah, we were walking dogs, and at one point I was on the floor cuddling with my dog. She was petting kittens.
Showing off my kitten.
Yeah.
Looking at dresses.
We've been doing everything but recording, but it's fine because we're here now.
We are here. How are you, Jen?
I am good. How are you?
I'm not looking forward to the cold this weekend.
I'm still trying to recover from the cold from taking a soak outside. I don't know how you do it in Ohio.
I don't.
Especially as a Georgia girl.
Yeah, I was unprepared for Ohio winters, and they've just gotten worse every year so far.
Yeah, they're definitely not good.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow tonight, and then more snow on Saturday, and then the high on Sunday is like 12 with a low of -2. I don't like this.
Yeah. Doesn't sound fantastic to me.
No.
It's also fine.
It's the off season, and I just want to go ride more coasters, even though I can. It's just cold when I do.
Riding a coaster right now does not sound fun to me. It's so windy and cold here.
I mean, I'll get into Winterfest in a second. I did go to Winterfest briefly last weekend. This past weekend, yeah. But before getting into that, a very popular thing recently called Spotify Wrapped dropped. And I'm sure other ones did too, but I don't know a lot of the stats for the others. But I got our stats for the podcast for our first full year of the podcast on Spotify. And I'm not going to lie, I read the stats when I was on lunch at work, and I cried in my car because I was so happy and proud of us.
Yeah, I was so excited when you shared those. I think, like, first and foremost, especially to anyone who listened, thank you so much. But especially to our 25, who we were number one for.
Right.
That is incredible to me. I'm very excited about that.
I'll go through some of the stats that I saved. 96.6 thousand minutes of listening. I don't know when they actually pull the stats. I want to say it's like end of November.
I think it's the last day of November, yeah.
So we would have had, 30 episodes minus a few. So, I have a way to look at this.
It's okay. About 30 episodes.
Something like that. So yeah, 96,000 minutes of listening time. 17 countries reached. I think
17 countries.
Australia was up there.
Yeah.
Brazil was up there, which is very interesting. Brazil? Netherlands was up there. Cannot imagine why.
Yeah, the Dutchies.
And I think the UK was in the top 5. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like English speaking, that makes sense.
Yeah, but man, we had a lot more reach than I expected, which is incredible. What else? Yeah, we were top 25 or number 1 show for 25 people, which we love you.
I still can't believe that. That is like crazy to me that we are 25 or we're top for 25 people.
We were a top 10 show for 124.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I love all the love. It said 40% hit play within 24 hours of a new episode drop. To all you loyal listeners on every other Monday when these go live, thank you. Let's see. It was a 2025 marathon show. Fans listened to you for longer than 93% of other shows.
Oh, amazing. That's crazy. I can't believe we have people that listen like that.
I know. And then fan fave, your average rating was higher than 75% of other shows. So yeah, those stats are getting me a little misty-eyed again, too, just thinking about it. Knowing that, we're in the first year of the podcast, essentially.
Yeah, I'm very excited where we can grow to.
I know. I don't know. I'm very proud. Like, this has kind of been a long time coming project for me, and I'm really happy for everybody who's involved, and for you, Jen, and all you've done, and for Bryant and all that he's done, and all the guests that we've had on. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I love doing this a lot more than I expected to when we started.
Yeah. I'm very happy with how everything is going and proud of us for how everything is going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting recap.
Again, I don't know what other stats were. I'm sure Apple Music has some kind of wrap thing. I don't know if I've ever logged into Apple Music to even see it.
I don't know if they do a creators one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Yeah.
Oh, like most of my podcasts that I listen to are like 90s TV show rewatch podcasts where like the actors go back and rewatch all their episodes. Like 3 of my top podcasts were that.
That's actually very fun. I think a lot for me has changed in the last year. I think usually my top podcasts are like one subject, and this year they're all Dutch theme parks.
That tracks.
Yeah. Can you tell that theme parks are my favorite subject? So when I'm trying to learn another language, I just am listening to podcasts about theme parks in that language.
Yeah, mine's all TV, like entertainment stuff, and then I had Drunk Riders and Thrills, Chills, and Spills, which is also kind of part of the Drunk Riders.
Yeah.
Those are my top podcasts. However, my top artist was Fantasyland.
That's so good. Like, I thought that was so funny when I saw it. Yeah, mine was not a theme park. Yeah. However, I do just have to. I'm kind of shocked. Not really. I kind of thought this would happen. This is my first year since it was released that Champagne Problems is not my number one streamed song. So,
Taylor Swift, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's the best Taylor Swift song. It is my first year since it was released in, I want to say, 2021. Let's see. Champagne Problems. We have to look it up. 2020. So this is my first year since 2020 that
Wow.
Champagne Problems has not been my number one song on Spotify.
What dethroned it?
Ugh. Some random Dutch song. What's really funny is that, like, this is not theme park related at all, but what's really funny is that it's an artist that Joey cannot stand, like, even a little bit, and they just happen to be on this playlist that I listen to, and I don't click that song often, I don't whatever, but somehow it ended up being my top song.
Funny.
I don't know, very weird. My top Taylor Swift song this year is All Too Well 10-minute version, which
That's one of my favorites, though. I don't
yeah,
listen to a whole lot of Taylor Swift, but I love that one.
Still a fantastic song, but I don't know what to do without Champagne Problems. I think since when did Spotify Wrapped come out?
Not long before. I want to say like 2018 or 19 or something.
Yeah, like, let's see, 2015. So it's been a little while, but I don't think I had Spotify until 2019 or 2020. I had Apple Music. So in my whole entire life of having Spotify Wrapped, Champagne Problems has been my number one song. And
I manifested my number one song this year. I knew it was going to happen, and it happened. Because I went back and looked on my Instagram stories, and on March 18th of this year, I posted, it was the Helix theme song, and I said, I swear this song is going to end up on my Spotify Wrapped this year, and I haven't even been to Leesburg yet. Well, skip ahead to June, July, whatever, I went to Liseberg, and Helix theme song was my number one song on Spotify.
That's amazing. I love that. Look at that foreshadowing.
I knew it was going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be next year, but it might be Helix again. No, actually, I think I know what it might end up being next year.
I'm shocked.
We'll see.
I'm shocked that it wasn't Vilda Hilda for me.
Honestly, I'm surprised that didn't crack it for me either.
Like, I listened to that
a lot.
And I just have to, I know he probably doesn't listen to this podcast. I have some people that will agree with me. But listen, if Chris Ott put the Cedar Point song onto Apple Music / Spotify Wrapped, that would be number one. Number one. It's the best song ever.
I don't even remember what was on my list after Helix.
I don't think any of mine were theme park related.
Maybe under my screenshots.
No, mine are literally a bunch of Actually, there is a song called Achtbahn, which is roller coaster.
My list is so random, and I don't know how one of these songs ended up being on my top.
Yeah, this year I really do feel like the list is a mess. Like, my top artist somehow ended up being Taylor Swift, and like I really feel like I didn't listen to Taylor Swift that much this year. Like, I had Sabrina Carpenter on repeat.
That's kind of funny. So my top artist was Fantasyland, and then I have like 2 actual bands and then a DJ. And then I'm a Score is my number 5.
I did see that, yeah. I'm a Score. What? Love that. That's actually so good.
And I did like the YouTube rap too, and it said, let's see, early 2025, you started the year diving into theme park reviews and roller coaster experiences, especially in Japan. And you know what I blame for that is Coaster Studios and Jetlag the Game. Because they were both, yeah, I think they did a Japan thing too, but my top channels were Coaster Studios, Jetlag the Game, and Coaster Focus. So this says a lot about who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a fun little thing to look back at. I know everybody loves Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the stats will compare next year for the podcast. Maybe we can beat 100,000 minutes because we're so close.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm very excited to see.
Yes. Thank you to everybody who listens and helps out our Spotify Wrapped stats.
Yeah.
Keep listening. Keep suggesting things for us.
Yes.
We have a lot of we're talking about kind of like future episodes when we were, talking for an hour, whatever, beforehand. We did actually have some productivity. We did talk about like future interviews that we want to do, and we have some ideas.
Yeah. I'm excited for what we have coming.
Yeah. Assuming we can make it happen. But I think we can make it happen.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you one of my other ideas I had for a guest, actually. It'd be a big get, and I could do it, I think.
All right.
But I'll tell you about that after.
Yeah. Looks like we might have a surprise, guys.
I don't know about the surprise, but... yeah. Oh, crap. I lost my document. There we go. Do you have any recaps or anything, Jen? Or no, you do. You
I was in Orlando.
You were in Orlando.
Yeah, so one of my friends turned 30. So large birthday. So me and another friend we flew down to Orlando without her knowing, and we surprised her. So very fun. And then we did Orlando things. We went to Epcot one day. And then I thought we were just going to go to Universal, but then we got there and very quickly that changed to we're going to Epic Universe.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. My wallet is saying, oh, darn, but I was not saying, oh, darn. I do just have to, not that, again, no spoilers for Epic. That's like not the intents of this, but I do just have to say that now twice in a row I have walked on to ministry.
Nice.
So 2 visits. It poured all day, so I think that people were like not going to use their tickets that day.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. When you're paying that kind of money, a big rain day is not great. So it rained all day, which made a very, very quiet, epic day, and we got everything done.
Nice.
Yeah. Not bad.
I'm so ready
Epcot's
to go back
always
there.
great. What's that?
I'm so ready to go back there.
I know. I'll be back
Oh,
in
I know.
a month and a half.
I don't know when I'll be back. Not soon enough.
It actually might be like 2 months, but it's fine. Yeah. It's a good park. It's a very good park.
It is.
The Epcot is always good too. Like I love Epcot, especially at Christmas. The decorations are very good. We saw the candlelight processional.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Ashley Eckstein. So for anyone who doesn't know who Ashley Eckstein is, she is the original voice of Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, that's fitting for you.
Yeah, exactly. So she was narrating. So Taylor actually texted me and was like, if we surprise this weekend, then Ashley Eckstein's at Epcot. So
That's the real reason you went down that weekend.
yeah, no. It was her first year though, and she was so cute. She was like so happy and grateful to get to do something like that. One thing I really love about her, she's like a Florida girl born and raised. So Disney is like in her entire being. So whenever she gets to do things like this, she's someone who is so genuinely excited to be there. It's really special to watch her.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah. Other than that, pretty chill. Nothing too crazy for Orlando weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my tiny little recap is this past weekend, whatever, we had a bunch of friends come over. And we tested the physical limitations of our house with how many people we had over. And we did a Friendsgiving. It was very, very coaster Friendsgiving. It was all people from our coaster club. Yeah, we did just a nice little Friendsgiving. It was absolute chaos in the kitchen, but we got through it and it was a good meal. Stupid coaster references all the time. Yeah, our gravy boat. We literally wrote on it "Good gravy!" exclamation point.
That's amazing. Good gravy.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
And then a bunch of us went up to Winterfest right afterwards. I think we did Racer a couple times. Did Mystic. Mystic in very cold weather is just like top tier. I think it was like low 30s, upper 20s or something when we went on it.
I could see that being an incredible cold weather ride.
Oh, it's so much better in the cold, but I just hate having to go out in the cold to do it.
Yeah.
On
downside.
I'm trying to think what else. A couple of people did Snoopy's. I don't even think. I was about to say. I don't think we had dinner. It's like no, because we just ate so much food right before we went there.
Yeah, but still, free meal plan food.
Yeah, but I did not even want to think about food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice little night. I did put a vlog up about it on the YouTube. It's like 10 minutes long. It's silly. You can see some video of Alpy because everybody got to meet Alpy.
Oh, chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good little time.
That's good. That sounds like it's a very nice.
Yeah. And now I don't know the next time I'm riding a roller coaster because I don't know if we're going to get back to Winter. I'm sure we'll get back to Winterfest, but
yeah, I think that
it hasn't been priority for me this year.
Yeah. I think as of now, I might be going to BGW.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I hate making that drive though. Like more than anything. But
I don't think we have much else planned after that. Like, even before the wedding, I don't think we have a whole lot going on. I guess we're going down to Dollywood in April,
I'm jealous.
where I might be running a half marathon, but TBD.
Gross. I've been there, done that. It's terrible.
I mean, I've done half marathons before, but this one will be with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
I might be trying to get more mountain coasters so I can line up a milestone in Europe on Insane, because that'd just be a really fun joke. It'd be an insane milestone.
That would be.
Cue the Nate. No, that's a Groenland.
Yeah, no, that's a Gronerland.
God, the amount of times we said that this weekend too.
That yeah. That would be a good milestone.
Yeah. It'll either be that or Magic Land, or I really wish it would be on the Typo coaster, but I don't know if that'll happen.
Oh my god, do it on the gay cat rides. Rides. I forgot to say the rides at the end. Do it on the gay cat.
Oh, poor cat.
I love Gay Cat Park.
I'm still gonna get you a stuffed animal from there. It's literally on our honeymoon itinerary list.
It will come up here. This is where anyone listening that can't see, because we don't share video, above my desk in my bedroom behind my TV is my collection of stuffed animals that are under no circumstances to be touched by Ahsoka. It will be in my collection of hidden stuffed animals that cannot be touched by Ahsoka. Ahsoka has a very bad habit of stealing my stuffed animals and ripping their eyeballs out.
Oh, jeez. Maybe that'll be okay. Maybe not the ripping the eyeballs part, but like maybe that'll be a Patreon video, is me finding that stuffed animal for you.
Yes.
The hunt for the gay cat plushie.
Yeah, I love it. I have that. It'll be with my Dance Macabre cat.
Ooh.
I love him.
But see, I'm also going to want to get one for myself because I collect like international park stuffed animals. I have a huge collection that Javi, I don't know about fosters, makes happen, because he'll go to parks and then show up at our house with just like a tote of stuffed animals, and I'm like, why? How?
Yeah, that's so good. I love that.
So I gotta keep that going, I guess.
Yeah, that's too fun not to.
I didn't get a whole lot on our last trip. I got a little Megalodon keychain. He's cool looking.
I'm really jealous you got to ride that. I really want to ride that.
Oh, I want to go back to that park.
Yeah, I want to go to that park.
I'm going to talk about that park a little bit today on our topic, which we can now segue into.
Yes, I was going to say this is a perfect one for our topic today.
So I came up with a topic of station design, because a lot of what happens in a coaster station can kind of set the tone for how your ride is going to be and how you're going to enjoy your ride. And that's something I can already bring up. I think it was Wom said. I've become pretty observant of how the station environment impacts my mood before riding, music, sounds, and loading procedure in particular.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a perfect comment for this topic.
Yeah, because I do feel like it can really make or break your experience on a ride. You can have, he also comments on here, having the full speed off on Flight of Fear and then coming back to an empty train is really... Wait, hold on, what is it? Wait, maybe I misread this. Hold on. Flight of Fear having a full train speed off and an empty train return will never not be fun to me? That doesn't make sense, right? Lam.
No, it does.
It does?
So, like...
He thinks it's awesome that it comes back empty?
I think so, because it's just, like, ominous. It's like, where did all the people go?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I read that differently when I first started to talk about it, and then I was like, wait, double taking? And I was like, wait, what? Oops, sorry. No, I do think it'll make and break it though, because I've had experiences where the last like station wait in a queue has completely destroyed my experience. Speaking of certain Florida parks, with certain RMCs, a RMC,
Yeah. I
yeah,
didn't
pretty
think about that one, but
awful
yeah.
station rate all of the time, and like not a great station experience.
Yeah.
But then the same exact company, you have Mako. That's almost always the queue, the theming, the hype, the like that queue, especially at night towards the last hour of the day. That station is electric.
Especially when like the stuff on the ceiling is working.
Yeah, like the stuff on the ceiling going, the audio, like that crew cares about what they're doing. Like they are doing a great job. Like everything about that experience is fantastic. Um and it just makes and breaks the experience.
Now, do you have a favorite station that sticks out in the top of your mind?
Station. I did right at first, but then I thought about it and technically I think it's like the queue area because first thing that came to mind was Voltron.
Okay. I still have Voltron on my list, but for a different.
Yeah. Voltron still does have a fantastic um station, but I think technically the area I'm thinking about is still considered the queue because
Yeah.
it's under the steps. Um the other one that comes to mind is Tataris.
I haven't even seen pictures of that now that I think about it.
Yeah, I really like their queue. I think or their station. I think the station's themed really well. It's organized really well. Um yeah, I just think they do a really good job leading up to the station, like getting into the station and separating people based on where they want to ride. And then um also like incorporating theming and sound into it. So I think Tutatis. What about you?
Immediately comes to mind Untamed. I love everything about that station. It's got like the overgrown vibes in there. So there's like plants all around, and there's like all these different like styles of lamps that start flashing whenever the train dispatches, and there's like drums playing. It's just a really, really cool experience.
Yeah.
I love that one. Oh, and there's like light up signs everywhere. It says like "Take the trip." I already have a picture set aside for the episode art with the station. Have you seen the pictures of the station?
I have not.
I will text you one immediately so you can see it because
Yeah.
obsessed. So good. If it
Um
if it wants to go through, I don't know if it's going through. There it goes.
yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's a really beautiful.
Yeah, so like all those lights flash whenever the train dispatches, and
Yeah.
I love everything about it. Um, and then in terms of efficiency, but still like good theming is Velocicoaster. Like they
Oh
have
yeah.
that down to a science.
Yeah.
Such quick dispatches while still staying in theme.
Yeah, they do an incredible job of Velocicoaster. The other one that like for efficiency with theme I have to give is Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmic Rewind.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and or Tron. What's really interesting and I really like this, um it's not the best if you like single riders and you're going as a single rider. Then it kind of stinks. But if you're not going as a single rider, the efficiency that they manage in those stations is so good because they have a grouper that separates you based on even and odd parties.
Yeah.
And I know that that's like I know that there's a lot of like back and forth on whether or not that's a good thing to do because it does hurt the single riders if you travel by yourself. It does really impact the single riders, but it's so efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It is like boom, boom, boom. Everyone is going where they need to go. There's no open seats on that train. It is So efficient.
It is a perfect setup for getting every seat filled.
Yeah.
Like the moving station, and like I'm sure Joey can talk more about this. I was gonna say something along the lines of, man, all the ops are there are really good, except for this one guy. This
Yeah,
one
the Dutch
man.
one's not. No, I'm kidding.
No, we love Joey. He's awesome.
The
Um,
Dutch one's the worst.
like whatever, like they have like a ring or something they use to like verify the train is locked or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like a magnetic
It's like
it's like
RFID.
an yeah, it's an RFID like magnet, and they like verify that the trains are locked.
Yeah, all that on the moving platform. Like you don't even need to
Yeah.
speak English to get the hang of like the single rider line.
Yeah,
It's
they do a really good job for efficiency.
yeah.
Um
The only downside of single rider line for that is I hope you like a wing seat.
yeah.
But
Yeah, you're always going to get the wing. I
yeah,
have been in single rider where someone has asked to take the wing though. So,
okay, that's fair.
sure, have it. I prefer the middle. I do also have to say, and this is, some of them are themed really well. But for me, probably some of the best station designs are GCIs with the flybys in the
Yeah,
station. Um, I don't think that there's a better way to get someone hyped for a coaster.
yeah. I think Kelly mentioned it too. I don't know. Shout out to Kelly. I put like the question or the thing on the Instagram stories where you just like respond to the question or whatever. She literally said, "Hi, I'm taking over these," and then submitted like four. But yeah, for fly throughs, she mentioned Woden, what how you pronounce it, and Lek, because Lek coaster does a barrel roll through the station.
Oh, that's sick. So I was going to specifically elaborate with like Vodon, because what I really like about Vodon is, like, yes, it has the flyby, but as you're leaving the station, it also has animatronics that they like wave, look at the train as it leaves.
Why do I
So
not
like
remember that?
I
I only
didn't
heard it
notice
once, I
it
guess.
at first. It took me a couple rides to notice it, but from front to back of the station, like as it's pulling out, it's like boom, 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 and they're all like turning
Huh?
in like this really beautiful cascade looking at the train leave.
That's cool.
It's a very subtle detail, but very, very important. I think it's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
just think it's a such a cool, yeah,
yes.
such a cool
Little
experience.
animatronic touches like that as you're leaving the station. Um, Blue Fire is another one. There's random animatronics there as you leave the station, continuing the story in German, which I don't know what they're saying, but it's cool. Setting up
Yeah,
that little pre-launch.
yeah. Yeah, I that's just, I think Europa Park as a whole, like they do an
Oh,
incredible job doing little things like that, which is part of why they're probably one of the best theme parks ever.
yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man, I just thought of another station I love. Now that you and your love of Europa is equivalent to me and my love of Fantasyland.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at this! We have a visitor. Alpie just came to say hi.
Hello, kitten.
Oh, he smells like cat food, but he's so cute.
That's okay. Now you're killing me. Like, what is this
What is this
new
cuteness?
discovery? No, you literally were like, I have another one I'm thinking of. Oh
Oh,
my gosh, cat!
sorry. There's a cat.
You're killing me. What is it? The suspense.
Sorry. I'm sorry. There's a kitten. I was saying Black Mamba.
Oh, Black Mamba is so incredibly done. That
Yeah,
yeah, I can agree with that one. The theming is so good.
you feel like you're just in this pit, and it's
Yeah.
dark and cool.
I do feel like it's kind of interesting to notice that we're talking about not really any US based
I
parks, like other than Disney and Universal. Um because I also think that I'm losing it now. So we said Black Mamba. Oh, there was another European one that I literally was just about to say and then I got distracted. Um but the European parks, like the effort that goes into theming is just so much higher, in my opinion. At least the parks that we're talking about. mostly. Like I know there are definitely smaller regional parks, but some of those more destination parks, like I remember what I was gonna say. The level of effort is just much higher. Karnan.
Yeah, that 100% that one's on my list too.
Yeah, Karnan is another one that's like Karnan, especially because getting your I don't want to spoil Karnan, so skip like 30 seconds if you don't want to be
Or
spoiled.
probably more, but
Yeah, well, Allison might enter in if it's more than 30 seconds, but as of right now, 30 seconds. The fact that you get into that room and then they don't tell you what assignment you have, and then you get
yeah.
a random assignment, like that in itself is one of the coolest station flows I've ever experienced.
Yeah. It's not the most efficient, but it's not like people fighting over their rows. You're just like there's a suspense of like, oh, which one am I gonna get?
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, very cool experience.
So on brand for that whole theme.
Yeah.
Literally in the show notes, I like on my list, I put Karnan holy bleep,
Yeah.
but, but not bleeped on the show notes.
Yeah. It's like unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Yeah. And then in a similar vein, I don't know if it's considered part of the station, but like talking about like entry and exit flow is kind of still
Yeah.
part of station stuff. But the exit to Flucht von Novgorod, how it's like
Oh.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know if
where
that's a
you're like
spoiler.
is that the one where you're split and you're like going through like
Yeah, there's like a
tunnel type
maze,
thing?
or it's like a
Yeah.
maze thing, and there's a slide.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's considered part of the station, but kind of.
It's your exit flow. So it is like it's definitely part of this whole experience of like exiting and entering the ride.
And we'll
I
get
just
into
think
more.
Q's a little more like Q can be its own topic,
Yeah.
so we can remove Q. Um,
It's the transition from queue into station.
exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah, there are definitely some good ones.
What else do I have on my list? Um, in terms of just like really cool vibes and lighting. Oh, I just thought of another one too. Um, Colossus at Heidi Park is one. How everything is like burnt or something, I think. If I remember right, and there's like woody and lights. And I'm sure I have a picture of it somewhere. That one was cool. And then Nemesis and Conda are both like very, very well themed.
Yeah. Those are ones that I cannot comment on. I'm not
I
sure.
did not have a picture of the Nemesis one. I did not take one. I don't know how.
Yeah. I've heard that Nemesis is like top
Yeah,
notch.
it was really cool.
Yeah. Um I'm
I do
trying
have
to
one American, well, kind of one at least American one to give a little bit of credit. Um, some of the Batman the Ride stations are actually really well done, and like Over Georgia has put a little bit more investment into theirs, and they got like some of the like fog coming back and the lights and the whole Batcave feeling.
Yeah. I've only seen like 3 Batmans, but one of them I have seen that was like pretty well themed. I can agree with that. Some of them do look very nice. Um yeah.
I'm trying to think of like specifically U.S. coasters.
I think
Yeah,
Penguin
that's
Trek
true.
is done very well. Um but I think that some of the and this is like similar for European parks as well, but like I do feel like in the States when you get to the actual station, it's just um I don't want to say like it's just theming and decor that changes things cuz like obviously, but it's just like small theming. Like Penguin Treks they just like throw some Trekkie and our Antarctica looking backpacks all over the place.
Yeah.
Um
Adventure Express is a good one. It's not a lot, but they have a lot of Easter eggs in there. Um, they have like references to Son of Beast in there and just a bunch of the other coasters, and there's all this like travel theming. Again, it's not like I almost said insane. Hi, Nate. It's not like super incredible in-depth theming, but at least they try.
Yeah.
I'm literally looking through like my top coasters list, and I'm like, are any of these like comparable at all?
No, it's like this is something I wish parks did a lot better. Like some of
Yeah.
them do theming really well, and even if they do theming really well, like the station is pretty lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Um I do always want to shout out the Big Thunder Mountains, like and Expedition Everest, like those are
Yeah.
always themed very well. Um Especially Expedition Everest. So I know we're not like a Disney account, but for anyone that doesn't know the lore, Expedition Everest, like the Imagineers spent like years researching that, like boots on the ground in um somewhere in Asia. Um and a lot of that theming comes directly from that, and that carries through to the station. The station is really well done.
Like I'm kind of going through my list, and I'm like, what I'm kind of realizing about American parks is like they'll put theming in the queue and they'll kind of build that story, and then you get to the station, and then there's just like nothing.
Yeah, and then it's just you're getting on a roller coaster
Like
and you're losing that.
Cobra's Curse is one that I think of. Like there's so much theming throughout that queue, and then you get to the station, and it's just like, all right, here it is.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Um, yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through my list right now,
It's
and
something that I
nothing
wish
sticks
that like if you're putting all of this level into theming, like it's just it's very sad to see you get to the end, get to the station, and arguably the station's the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
And just
That's where you can build so much hype,
yeah.
and just like Wom said, like fully set the tone for what your riders are about to experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Oh,
hmm?
never mind.
Oh. um,
Never mind because I started to think about one and then I was like this is Q. It's Q.
which one? Out of curiosity.
Gringotts, Journey,
Oh yeah.
any of the Harry Potter attractions.
Dollywood does pretty good at kind of keeping some theme into the station.
Oh, Fire Chaser Express is a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that's such an interesting station too.
That
That's
station,
one. Okay, that's one we can talk about.
yeah, that's a US based one we can really talk about. They do an incredible job keeping the theming going um
And
into that station.
that reminded me of another coaster too, but we'll continue Fire Chaser. But just it's so different, like having the train come up and then just stop. Like the track just stops because you come into
Yeah.
it backwards and then you leave it forwards, and that's just so different.
Yeah, it's very unique, so you're already looking at that. I do think that that gives them more freedom to theme it a lot more because they have that entire back wall, they have the back area that no other coaster really has. So, yeah, and the if I remember correctly, they're kind of themed in there like the cubbies or the lockers for the
I think so.
firefighters. Yeah, which is a really unique take for that.
Yeah.
It's something that like I don't think most people when they think firefighters think about their gear sitting and hanging in a cubby. Um so it's a unique take for it definitely and I think they
Yeah.
do that very well.
Another one at Dollywood, the ride isn't the best, but Mystery Mine kind of keeps a lot of the vibes going into the station.
Yeah, it feels spooky in there.
Mhm.
Um
And the ride ops tend to have a lot of fun with it.
yeah, that one they do really well. I also think that that's one of the better rides at Dollywood. I think that I don't know,
It has
really good.
its quirks, I'll say.
Yeah. It has its quirks, but I just think that to me it feels like the most complete experience outside of Fire Chaser Express.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But Fire Chaser Express made me think of Mr. Freeze rides.
oh, those are, I forgot about
That's
those.
more like engineering than anything, but like the sliding track.
Yeah, but they do theme the area to make it feel more like
Industrial kind of.
industrial. Yeah. Like,
So like I think it's so cool to like the bins travel with you on the station or on the track, and then you launch right out of the station, which is always fun to watch.
yeah.
And you can still load both sides. Like it's so smart.
I forgot about those. They're so good. Yeah. That
And a
one's a good one.
backwards launch out of the station is fantastic. Um, I don't know
I
of any
know
other
the
ones.
station isn't very good. The station is actually one of the my least favorite stations. However, the soundtrack to me just keeps the hype super high. Um, Euromir, like I have the best time in the Euromir station, and that station's awful. Like even the grouping is like they group it by like each gate gets the front and back of a car, so it's very confusing. Um and no one understands it. Everyone ends up very confused, but everyone is dancing to that song the
Oh yeah.
entire time.
Oh yeah. Um, I forgot what I was just gonna say. Oh, one that like I was hoping I would be really, really hyped for, but I ended up not being hype. And it's very ironic considering it's a coaster I talked a lot about already on this episode, and that's Helix. It's a very bare bones station.
Mm.
And like it has the soundtrack playing, and I was so excited for that, and I was dancing to that the whole time. But the station is a little lackluster, minus the view out the front of the station where there's
That's
just a
really
drop.
upsetting. Yeah, that's upsetting. Um, yeah. That's how I felt about the chicken coaster. I had so much hype around the chicken coaster as a whole, and I expected like a little bit of theming going into the station. And I was just like, I'm in a shed.
I was just going to mention another one. Oh, you know what coaster is surprising that I have not mentioned because the station really isn't like massively amazing.
Taryn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Very boring station. Like, it's not boring, it's just like there.
Not exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement comes from that it's Taryn, and I love it.
And the soundtrack, because the
Yeah.
music's
Oh, obviously, I love the soundtrack.
yeah. Yeah, no, I
Very
agree with that
obvious.
one. I thought about that one too. I was like, I can't talk about Taryn on here because it's just not a very good station, in my opinion.
It's still a phenomenal ride.
Yeah, still a fantastic ride, but just not a good
Mm.
station. Um,
I'm still going through my list trying to think of some other ones that are just exceptional, especially like there's so few US coasters for us to talk about with the positive side of this.
yeah, I think that's what makes this one so hard is that like we truly don't have that many that are that good here in the States. And then it's also like generally the theming like the design that they have tends to work. So it's not like people are redoing the design of a station to make them more efficient. Like typically it's not, in my opinion, typically it's not the design of the station that makes it efficient. It's the care and the competency of the queue.
Mhm.
Ride crew.
I can
Um
think of one instance where like a station was rejuvenated, not necessarily for like efficiency. And somebody mentioned this too. And I really wish they would fix the efficiency of it. Um oh shoot, who was it who said it? Why can I not find it? Oh, there we go. Chris Leonard, least favorite station has to be Sky Rush. The fact that you exit the same side you enter causes so much hassle that even fast operations still make the previous train wait a long time on the brake run.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's such poor design. But like the painting that they did, like when they got the new restraints on the trains and they like just did a whole big refresh in the station, it looks really nice. They added some more theming there with like the airplane vibes and
yeah.
takeoff and stuff. But God, that flow is terrible.
Yeah, you still have to exit and enter the same exact way that you came, which is
Mm-hmm.
just extremely confusing. Um,
I guess we
yeah.
kind of transitioned into like our least favorite stations.
Yeah, because unfortunately I do think that, especially again here in the States, we don't do a fantastic job of theming.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do an okay job of theming, then we don't do a very good job of carrying that through to the queue. And it doesn't need to be simple. I'm gonna go into another comment. Braden says Velocicoaster has one of the coolest stations, while it is a bit sterile, with their streaks of blue throughout the streaks of blue throughout the design look great, and then the massive windows looking out on the paddock make up for it. So that's a perfect example where the station is, if you've not been on it, the station is incredibly bland. It's sterile, not much going on at all. I don't even remember there being streaks of blue other than the train coming in. Oh, maybe on the little screens. Um when you're getting on that
Yeah.
side. But the paddock with the theming of the ride, that big open window of the paddock where you can see the train is just so intimidating that they
It's
took
so cool.
this station. Yeah, they took this station that was very sterile and boring and very quickly made it intimidating and um just overall larger um by adding that window.
Mm-hmm. You know what station kind of similarly could have done something like that, and I'm really sad that they didn't? It's Top Thrill 2. Like they have like the big logo or whatever on the wall, I think. Put glass there. Let people see that train flying by.
Yeah. Yeah, I agreed with that when I first wrote it. I was really upset that you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Um not from anywhere near. Like I felt just like in the dark. Um which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I actually am going to mention one more that I really love, and this one, the theming wasn't fantastic, but in its prime, the King to Kyle station running all, I don't even know if it ever ran all four, but the just pure electricity when there were more than the one side running in that area, um it was unmatched. Like it didn't need the theming, it didn't need like, it was just electric from the people that were all in there, all getting on at the same time. I feel like that hype and that vibe from other people that were actively getting on the ride just made the hype of the whole entire area higher. You don't really get to experience that on a lot of coasters because at most you have two loading stations. I don't know anything with more than that. Um, but the four is just, the four was unmatched.
Efficient, for sure.
Definitely efficient. But just like, I don't know, it like added a whole different level of vibes. Again, I don't know if they ever ran the four. I do remember at one point maybe them running three. At one point in my life, I feel like I remember that, but I just remember that hustle and bustle in that whole area. It was like, and everyone getting off in the same, like, it was just so good.
And then like even that little walkway, how you kind of go over the station and you can look back into the station when you're exiting.
Yeah.
That was cool too. You could say hi to friends and stuff.
Yeah. That station with another perfect example where theming and intricacy doesn't have to be there. Um it doesn't have to be there. They just took
Yeah.
something so simple and they were able to design it in a way to make it much larger than life.
Hmm. For
So,
a larger than life coaster.
exactly, for a coaster that in my opinion very much deserved it. Yeah. All right.
Um, one other, I guess before we get too much into the not necessarily negatives, critiques that we have. Um, let's see. Ethan, some stations that come to mind when you say most memorable are Poltergeist. That's a good American one we didn't mention.
I
Escape
don't
from Gringotts, Dark Coaster, Nemesis Reborn, and Vampire. I didn't even think about Poltergeist and like the time and investment they put into that ride.
I do not remember. That's at Over Texas, right?
Fiesta.
Oh, okay.
So
That's why I don't know it.
okay.
Okay.
They put a lot of investment into that, and it's like it feels like you're in a haunted house.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
incredible.
spooky. It's really, really well done.
Yeah, I do think Dark Coaster definitely deserves a mention too. I think that they did a really good job with that station. Um a lot of castle vibes in there.
Mhm.
I'm
Um,
gonna grab Books and Roller Coasters comment. Vliegen de Hollander, the Flying Dutchman at Efteling, is
I
definitely a favorite.
there's a reason I let you read that one.
Yeah. That queue is unmatched. It feels like you or not queue, sorry, the station. It feels like you open up into like a whole entire town in the middle of the night. Like they make it where it's like you feel like you're walking out of a bar in the middle of the night in an old Dutch town. It's done so well. Um I was really impressed by that one. Like completely shocked. Um and then she also we have a couple mentions in here for Fly.
Yeah. Also,
So,
real quick, I do want to say, how awesome was Anne as a guest? That was so fun.
yeah. I agree. I loved having her on. I loved hearing her talk about her books and her ideas.
Yeah, make sure to go follow her. Go back and listen to the episode if you haven't. It was very interesting. We had a lot of really good conversation about like story at theme parks,
Yeah.
more so than just like physical books at theme parks.
Yeah. It was a very good one. Go back and listen and follow Anne.
Yes. So I'm going through highlighting comments that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Anne had mentioned I love the mystery of Fly. Um, Chris said favorite station is Fly just because of how unique it is and how efficient it really is for a flying coaster. It truly is. Jen, I feel so bad you haven't seen it in person.
I know. I now that
Brutal.
I have tasted New Vekoma, it makes me really sad. I haven't experienced it. I think that this is news to Joey. Joey, I hope you're listening. I think that I'm going to try and convince Joey to go to Fantasia Land on our way home from the Netherlands
Yes.
next year so I can ride it. I don't know if I can go even if it means giving up Toverland. I'm not giving up Efteling.
How could you?
I'll go to Efteling 6,000 times.
It'll be your new Europa.
Yeah. I mean it's close. It's yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge theming person. Just I would rather have theming every day except for
Mm-hmm.
and like I would lose coasters for theming every day. Yeah. So
What else we got in here?
get there.
Kelly also mentioned Ride to Happiness. I was bummed because like whatever like I don't even know what that is, creature face thing in the station that like talks to you or whatever was not working when we were there. So we didn't get like the full effect of that station.
Yeah. I had no idea that existed.
And I think it's all in. Ooh, bless you, Alpy. Jesus.
It's Ride to Happiness, right?
Yeah,
So I think it would be in Dutch.
something. I don't know. The point
If
is,
that's
it's not in
correct.
English, and I don't know like what it actually says or what it's meant to say because I also didn't see it in person.
Yeah, I think it would be in either French or Dutch, or like Flemish Dutch.
Yeah. I mean, like the music is cool because Ride to Happiness, but yeah, I'm bummed I didn't get the full effect of that station. It was just an off day for that ride in general. It was very cold and very windy, so I don't have it ranked as highly as some other people I know.
Yeah, that's like my biggest um that's my biggest like bucket list ride at the
Yeah.
moment.
Kelly also said, "Love the loose article Sitch on Yukon Striker and now Wrath." Alpine Fury as well has the same system. Um, with like the little moving the cubbies that move with your train, basically at the same rate as
Yeah.
the train. Um, I did discover a way that it's not always great, and that's if you put your stuff in a bin and then like you get called forward to a train ahead of you, and then you're kind of just stuck there waiting for your stuff to get to you afterwards.
Oh, that's
Because I
annoying.
was like, oh, cool, I can get a picture of our friends coming back into the station. They were on the train behind us. My stuff is still in the cubby that's up above our heads right now. So
Oh man, that stinks. That would really stink.
yeah. So we're just kind of like sitting there awkwardly waiting. We're like, yeah, sorry, we got sent to a train ahead and our stuff isn't here yet. But
Yeah.
aside from that, it's really cool. But I think pass through lockers are just a lot more efficient.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think that those are like the way to go.
Yeah. Or you could be like Europe and like Terran, where you have like those pass through kind of lockers or cubbies or whatever in the station.
Yeah.
It's like you
I can
put your
see that
stuff in the cubby.
slowing down the station though, like
A little
significantly.
bit, yeah. Anytime that you have to like cross a train to put stuff in a cubby is always awkward, and
Yeah.
especially like I think about like Voyage where like people are getting off and getting their stuff, and then the next group of riders is coming on and trying to get their stuff and trying to like swim upstream to get to the cubbies. And
Yeah. That's how like at Europa Park Woden is. It feels like a bloodbath. Like
yeah.
you are like fighting for your life to get to the cubby on the other side.
And just I know it's like the norm because there's really no better way to do it without pass through lockers, but
Yeah. But I think pass through lockers, like I just think that we're at this point at a time that I don't think anything shouldn't have pass through
right.
lockers.
Top
I
thrill.
do understand.
Mm,
Yeah. Like I really understand like when a ride was made in like the mid 2000s and earlier, like people typically didn't have things that were super high value on them. They didn't
yeah.
carry like but now people are carrying $1,500 cell phones in their hand. They're carrying cameras. They're carrying like there's just like way more electronic wise that are carried.
Mm-hmm.
Um and just giving someone a place to safely keep them, I think is really important. And I think it's crazy that it's not a thing.
And like especially in the age, and we're getting past like station design here, but like in the age of just like influencers and TikToks and people taking their phones out on rides because they're not required to put them in any kind of locker or anything. It's so dangerous. But
Yeah.
when you provide in station or right before the station free lockers, you have no excuse.
Yeah, because I also don't agree with outside this again, we're getting off topic. I also don't like I truly to the bottom of my heart do not agree as a solo traveler a lot of the time with outside of the line lockers, because as a female traveling by myself a lot, quite frankly, I think it's dangerous. I think that if anything were to happen in that queue and they're like, you're stuck. You have no help. You have no access to the outside world. You're stuck in that queue. If someone is harassing you, if someone is making you feel uncomfortable, you're stuck in that situation with no way to get away from it without removing yourself from the line. As someone, I have panic attacks in lines. You're asking me to sit in that line by myself with no, just sitting in overstimulation. So,
and then like there's such a focus in parks on like, you know, text security to report line jumping. Well, I can't do that.
Exactly. Like, sure, I will text security if I need help. I'll text security if people are line jumping. But you made me put my phone away an hour and a half ago outside of Top Thrill 2. Like, it's, yeah. That I will always have that rant forever. I think that it's such poor practice and, again, quite frankly, unsafe for some individuals to take away their electronics.
There's like, even I think of like RMCs, the ones that have like the little zipper pouch on the train in front of you, preferably in front of you. The ones under the seat, I always panic. I haven't actually zipped it. But just a quick little addition that just helps that safety and efficiency.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah, I do see at Iron Gwazi them getting rid of that pouch was probably the best thing they ever did. Efficiency wise, because people were getting so caught up on it. However, I don't agree with them getting rid of it because now
they have the required lockers and
yes.
That's another.
So
another gripe, but
yeah, it's just it's one of those things that are really difficult. It's a really difficult topic because there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't have your phone in the queue. There's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't have your phone on interaction. But in the world that we live in today, there's a lot of reasons that you need it.
I agree.
Like, and I didn't even get into some of the scariest things, like what if, and you need your phone. So, all right. Well, on from that topic.
We'd have a couple other positive ones. Let's see. Ethan, the most efficient stations are easily ones that use single rider lines to their advantage, making sure every seat is taken. Hi, Voltron. Which rides like Hyperia, Velocicoaster, and Hagrid's do really well.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Shout out to the efficiency of the Hyperia crew who broke their hour record for most dispatches during our ERT because they were so into it and so quick while still being very safe about everything. It was awesome. Ops make a huge difference in station design, in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
if the ops are upset and they don't want to be there and they're moving slowly and you have everything else right, it's not going to be good. They have such a huge influence on how you leave that station. I was actually on Mako when they were doing those 17-second dispatch trains.
Jeez.
I have never had an experience in a park like that ever. I still think about not only like the feeling in the station, but like I was so genuinely engulfed in the excitement. It changed like most of my view on Mako. Like I instantly forgot about any bad experience that I've ever had on Mako. And that's solely due to crew that was just, they were happy to be there. They loved being there. They knew their audience. They knew they had they had a bunch of enthusiasts in the train, so they could really go for it. And they would, I remember they were as we were coming into the station, they were like, sit down, don't stand up. And they're like, and they just popped everything open, put down all the, like, checked all the restraints, and it was off.
I love it.
And I remember that, like, I will never forget that. It might be one of my top ride experiences ever, just from how electric it was.
The energy is everything.
Yeah. At one point, they had our train ready to go before the other train even left the lift hill.
Wow.
Like, we were waiting for a block zone. And on a B&M Hyper, that's like...
That's a lot of people.
Impressive.
That's a lot of people on that train.
Yeah. So we were, like, waiting. They weren't even clear to dispatch yet. They were just sitting and waiting.
It's kind of like on Voyage when they're able to cross trains like that. That's always fun.
It's just such a game-changing environment.
Yeah.
In all of this, we've talked a lot about theming. We've talked a lot about like design, but I think one of the most important takeaways is the actual crew.
Yeah. When the crew wants to be there, you want to be there.
Yeah.
And when they don't want to be there, it can kill the vibe so quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how nice the queue is. Or the station is. It'll... Yeah.
Yes, we love our good ride crews.
Yes, we do. I think we have another... Not I think. We do have... I'm actually going to take... I wasn't going to read this one, but I am going to take this one because it makes me giggle. Scrooge says, does disaster transport count? The station was pretty basic, LOL. I don't remember anything about disaster transport. I actually don't remember anything about my first trip to Cedar Point other than I was in the park for less than an hour and the power went out and then we played with a wheelchair in the parking lot for hours.
Oh, geez.
But I haven't thought about that trip in years and years and years. And like when I first became an enthusiast, I was telling the story and of course no one believed me except for Laurel. Shout out to Laurel because as an Ohio person, she does remember the Great Northeast Blackout. No one believed me, but then I was like, I was in this queue. I do remember. The only thing I remember is that I was in this really glow-in-the-dark spacey queue. And I was like next to get on the train, and there was just glow-in-the-dark stars and planets and all of that. And without a doubt, every single person can tell me that I was in disaster transport. I didn't know I was in disaster transport, but every single other person I talked to was able to tell me that I was in the disaster transport queue.
That's funny.
So
I rode disaster transport. I know I did. I have it on my list. Zero recollection of the ride outside of like a little bit of queue theming. Could not tell you anything about the station.
Yeah, I remember the station that this happened in 2003 before my birthday, so I would have been 6, maybe 7.
It's funny. I first rode it in 2004, so I was right there after you.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I really like this comment because I can't comment from experience about this queue, but I do know that the station was themed well enough that I remember it from when I was 6 years old and did not get to ride it.
Cedar Kev also mentioned Millennium Force Station will always be iconic. For me, the music and vibes are chef's kiss emoji. Or whatever whatever it is. I actually kind of have Millennium Force on my one of ones that could be improved. Because just, I don't know. The vibes aren't it for me. The music is cool, but I feel like they could do more.
I feel like for me, this one's really hard because I sit in the middle. I love the music. And once I'm in the station, I feel like the vibes are there. But when I waited over an hour in that same exact straight stretch to get to the station, immediately my vibe is destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, if that, with the experience of waiting in that straightaway, staring at the station for that long, I need to get to a station that's much bigger.
Yeah.
I have lost all of my excitement. I have pictures of me sitting in that queue, like, on the ground where I look like I just want to die. Like, I'm just looking up at the camera like my day is destroyed in that queue. So like by the time I get to the station, there's no recovering from that.
I don't know. I just feel like they could do more.
Yeah.
And get rid of bugs in there, because holy crap.
Well,
I know that's not possible for Cedar
I
Point.
don't think that's happening, but
It just adds to the ambiance, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Caitlin did not elaborate much, but she said, I don't know why, but mummy. And then Verbolten.
I can give Mummy. The theming in there is really good.
It's been a while since I've been on Mummy. I don't really remember it very well. I remember it being kind of ominous.
It is very like it's pretty basic, but I think they do a really good job of still making you feel like you're in the tomb. So that's pretty cool. I will agree Verbolten for sure. I think Verbolten is a fantastic station.
I also just love the Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah,
That's like my favorite part of that station.
it's so good. I just like every time I go into that station, I notice something different. Yeah, the last time I was there, Joey, I was making so it's centered in the Black Forest, and Europa Park is like the next closest like German city slash village is Freiburg, which is like the entrance to the Black Forest. And so a lot of the posters leading up to that are for Freiburg, which is the closest little city to Roost. So Joey was very excited going through that queue, and then he was like translating all of these things, and he lives 20 minutes from this place, so he was very excited. So then like he was reading all the posters and translating them into English, so it was really fun. Like they're just such fun little Easter eggs. And every time I go into that station, I notice something different that's like hung up that's Easter eggy. Like I don't know how else to call it.
Yeah, he probably got a lot more out of that station than the average guest.
Yeah.
Because of those ties.
Yeah, he really enjoyed it. He gets really excited when he's like, yeah, he gets really excited when he sees things that are like close to him or related to him. Like yeah. So, yeah, like the first time I ever mentioned stroopwafels to him, he's like, they're Dutch, and he's so excited.
Oh, that just reminded me, I have some of those.
Oh, jealous. I do not have any.
I mean, they're just like the generic imported ones or whatever. Daleman or something.
Yeah, but still fantastic.
I don't know.
I'm going to stroopwafel. I love a stroopwafel.
Oh, maybe that. Okay, I just had an idea for something. I need to write that down. Hold on. Completely unrelated to like anything coasters, but
yeah. The coasters. We have a very quiet chicken today.
I was gonna say my little chicken is always quiet. Nemi does not Nemi. Alpy does not have much of a voice yet.
Aww.
He can meow. He just chooses not to, I guess. He does these like silent meows all the time. So anytime I actually hear him meow, I'm like, oh my gosh, he speaks.
He's yelling at me.
And it's like just this cutest little squeak because, he's 8 weeks old or whatever. But okay, I got my note written down. I will tell you about that later. So I do have a few on here of ones that I just don't like. Anything that has an open roof station, why? Just why? Patriot and Emperor both suck for that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that
Like,
would be a comfortable experience.
And like I put it on there for the sake of both the guests and the employees. Like I feel so bad for these employees in California who have to stand in this heat when there should be some kind of shade or something. Like,
Yeah.
what is the point of an open station? There is absolutely no point. And like for Emperor, sorry, I'm getting heated now. Ironically, on an ice themed one, it's a coaster that's themed to like emperor penguins and like ice, and it's just like this hot open station with no theming, and just why?
Yeah. It's not like it's not feasible for anyone. Like you're standing in the sun, like waiting in that seat, standing in the sun, but also like the trains, if they're sitting there for a little bit, get really hot.
Yeah, like if you're, like if you're on a break run or whatever, waiting for a train in the station to dispatch, and you're going to be in the sun, and it's just uncomfortable. But then why add the station to that?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I think open stations are a
Pointless.
terrible idea.
Like why? There's no benefit to that. Please, somebody, if there is a benefit to an open station, please comment and tell me. Help me see the light, because I don't.
Yeah, because I even feel like you don't really have shelter. Like if it starts like pouring rain and you have to shut down your coaster, like typically they're in a closed station, so it's like you don't have to worry about the train staying very wet or covered with water and then throwing guests onto it. Like it's just covered. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, Another one on my list, Legend at Holiday World, in terms of efficiency of how you enter that station at the very back, and it just bottlenecks so hard.
Yeah.
It's such poor design.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh,
I've heard
you haven't
terrible.
been on it, but
Well, I've heard terrible things though.
it's I don't know. It's just organized very poorly. And I'm sure there was some kind of like space constraints, and it's an older coaster or whatever. I don't even know when it opened, but it's not a modern coaster where they think
Yeah.
more about that. But
Yeah, I think that makes it a lot too. I do think that we especially see changes when like safety precautions really first started to come
mhm,
into play. Um like you could tell that a lot of places like needed time to adjust to that, and the first tries are not necessarily great.
yeah,
Um yeah, absolutely. I feel like any invert US based, I will US based, any invert can be added to this list. I think the design of those stations is just, I mean, 90% of them are just like copied and pasted.
yeah,
Like
they're all very bare bones.
they're all copied and
All
pasted, bare
closer.
bones. You walk up a giant, not even walk up, you wait on this giant staircase in the blazing heat, like no shade. And then you get into the station to this like empty station. And then because it's an invert, the ops are always forever. So
Yeah,
then you're sitting in that station for so long. Um, it's like my one bad thing I really say about inverts. I don't know of a invert in the US that makes the station experience good.
Batman, but that's really about it. I can't think of
Yeah,
any others.
theming wise, but I still think that
Yeah.
yeah, they do better than the rest of them. I will give, and it's some of the Batmans, not all of them. Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other invert that sticks in my head. I've been on all of them in the U.S. I know that. So,
Yeah.
um, my one other note I have on here is specifically in the U.S. Once again, it's always U.S. The spieling that ops do, and just like constantly talking into the microphone over the station. And I'm like, just please stop. You don't have to do this.
So I was thinking about this too because I will say that sometimes when you have an op that is like really enjoying it and having a good time, it can be really fun. But I was thinking about like Cedar Point. Do they still give a ride up like a headset to just like walk around the station, just like spieling?
I mean, usually they're doing it while checking restraints, so they have kind of that.
Okay. I feel like it's one thing when you're like sitting in the control booth and spieling to people, but I
Yeah.
feel like it's a whole different level when you're walking around checking restraints and like
If they have fun with it, like a lot of them on Maverick, I think seem to have fun with it. But the ones who are just constantly like, you know, push down, pull up, don't touch the lap
yeah,
bar, seatbelt first, then lap bar, don't touch your lap bar, all this stuff just constantly. I'm like, it's not necessary. I mean,
yeah.
maybe it is, and like, I don't know if it's like an IROC thing. I don't even know. But it's just so prevalent. It's just sensory overload.
Yeah, I have seen once or twice where like they've clearly been having a lot of fun. There's a lot of
Yeah.
jokes. They're still saying what they need to say, and then I think it's fine. But then it's the fact that there's someone like that all the time, and there are people who clearly don't like doing it.
Yeah.
And then they're just spieling very like official things, and then
Yeah.
it just feels like overkill.
I'm like, when you go to Europe, like that's such a thing I noticed when I went to Europe for the first time. I'm like, it's so quiet. I
Yeah,
don't feel like I'm being berated for riding a roller coaster.
they're like barely talking to you. Um,
I don't know. But those are my things that I wish could be better about stations. Oh, and actually using dual stations when you have them.
oh yeah, I I feel like having a dual station and not using it is just some of the silliest things. Like, even if, like, Cheetah Hunt sometimes will use the front station to load and the back station to unload, that's even better than just not using it altogether. I get it if you don't have enough people to run both of them. Like, maybe people call out, like, things happen, I get it. But like, it just completely destroys your efficiency, just completely turning that station off. Yeah.
Like the Superman ones, like the flying ones,
Oh
Supermans.
yeah.
And just like, I remember riding Ultimate Flight at Over Georgia opening year, and they used the dual stations, and it was really cool. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even think I knew that had dual stations. I don't think the one at Great Adventure does.
I don't know.
Does Manta?
I don't know if Manta does.
Because I don't know if I've ever seen the dual station.
I know Air had it, or Air Galactica, whatever it is now at Alton Towers. I don't know if it says it on our CDB if it has a dual. No, Manta does have a dual station.
I don't know if I've ever seen that run or just never noticed it. I would not have known that information.
Great
I've also only
Adventure.
ridden that coaster like 3 times. I really don't enjoy it.
It does not say that Great Adventures has a dual station.
Yeah, I don't think Great Adventures I've ridden enough that I think I would have known. But
Does it
Mantas, I
say?
don't. Flying coasters just really aren't my
Okay.
thing.
Over Georgia, it does say dual station.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the last one? Is that Great America?
Yeah, Great America.
And that one does not have a dual station.
Okay, so two
Weird.
do, two don't. Interesting. I did not know that. So I've never. I mean, Manta I have, but I don't know. Maybe they don't operate it, and I just never noticed it.
Top 2 also has a dual station. Maybe they were running that when we were there. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Mom has another good point here. I love it when it doesn't take forever to walk from the midway to from the station. Cough, American Eagle.
yeah, that's not really a station thing, but I get it.
Yeah, but it does. If we're talking about the station experience, it does.
It's not
By the
fun to
time
be
you,
exhausted when you get to the
yeah,
station.
by the time you get to the experience to the station at that point, it's not very nice.
Yeah, or just like the super long queues, like Zadra, Hyperion. Those are the two I think of mostly when it comes to long queues. Getting
Yeah.
to the bat. That's another one. The
As someone
Austin
who
Silent.
got to walk onto Ministry twice,
Yeah.
Ministry, like that queue when you're not waiting in it might be one of the longest queues I've ever had to walk through.
Yeah. It's pretty though. It's really gorgeous.
It's really gorgeous. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it is incredible. The queue is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I almost hated walking through it because I wanted to look.
Yeah, that was kind of how I felt on my recent visit. We ended up waiting like an hour for ministry. And I'm like, ooh, I actually get to see the queue this time.
Yeah. Walking
Kind
through
of
it.
appreciate those details more.
Yeah. One of our friends, the vehicle he got to literally Zen ride.
Oh,
He was
that's
the
wild.
single only person in it.
That must have been cool.
Yeah, we got a he ended up buying it for himself, but we were all like we're purchasing his ride photo, right? Like now it's the background in our group.
Oh, really?
Like
That's
him
great.
just in ministry by himself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very funny. I have no idea how that happened, but very interesting. Another one from Lam. This one I very valid point. I recently rode Pantheon, and the lack of any sounds or enthusiasm from the park between rides besides the dumb harness, the speed and power spiel really takes away from the excitement of riding the ride.
Yeah. I agree. There's just not much to that station. Just that ride in general. They could have done so much with like the steaming in the queue and the station. And the ride is fantastic, but like if they'd put that time and effort in and money a little bit, it could have been so much better.
Yeah, that is probably up there as like one of the worst stations in my opinion. It just has nothing like at all.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Especially coming from like this does kind of upset me. How do you go from Verbolten to Pantheon?
Yeah.
Like, how are they coming from the same park? It just is wild to me. And then obviously they learned from their mistake because look at Dark Coaster.
Yeah.
So like why not go back and fix Pantheon?
What do they have against Pantheon? Like why is it not worth investing in?
It is wild. It makes no sense to me. Like no sense to me. That park is themed so well, and then you just have Pantheon Station.
They just like gave up or something. I don't know.
It's insane. I like try to be chill about it, and then I get myself upset.
Yeah. We're both finding things to get just heated about today.
Yeah. I think that this just shows that like stations are important. It's
They
like
really are.
they can literally make or break your experience. Yeah. They can turn you could have a terrible queue experience and then have a great station experience. It can turn around completely and vice versa. You can have the best time in the park, in the queue, leading up to the ride, everything, and then get into the ride and station can destroy it.
Yeah. And like I feel like when I brought up this as a potential topic for this week, you were just like, what the heck are we going to talk about?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not really sure. But I guess, but like after I thought about it a little more, I'm like, it is something that's so impactful. Mm-hmm. And I do remember those stations. I actually, obviously I have nothing but good things to say about Talon at Dorney Park. But
I haven't had you haven't said that on the podcast in a while.
I know, it's been a little while. It's okay. I'm here.
It's still Jen, we promise.
The only negative thing that I do say about that ride is the station. And it's been the only negative thing I say about that ride the entire time that I have loved it. And anyone who has talked to me about it, I say that that is the one bad thing about the attraction. I think they do an incredible job for everything else. But that station really breaks it for me. Sometimes I have really bad experiences and it comes down to that station and my experience in that
Yeah.
station.
Yeah, you did mention like invert stations
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, and really there's a couple that I really don't like, but I really am thinking of Talon when I say that. I
That's so
love
funny.
that ride. I love that ride if you guys don't know that. But
No, we know that.
um it just that station experience is a really poor experience in my opinion. Um I don't know why I didn't think about this, but I do think another like mention for a good station as we're getting ready to wrap this one up.
Of course.
Um Iron Menace. Iron Menace's station experience is really good. Um they're very well organized. They I feel like they do a really good level of theming through the experience. Um I just like the colors and the vibe. Like I really am into that whole like muted pastel-y color that for me is visually appealing. So then leaning into that and using that to make the station feel like very rustic and like old industrial style.
Mm-hmm. And just like fit the same vibes as the queue and the haunted house and
Exactly. So it has the theming, the efficiency is there that they're like in and out in that every time. Um and I also like that the gates are set back closer to the train. So we were speaking of Skyrush earlier. So Skyrush, they need to make sure everyone exits before they'll start loading. And I think they started doing that because people were jumping on and stealing seats and rewriting. Um, so now when you exit the train at Skyrush, they won't load until you're completely out. And a lot of places are like that. They won't load until you're completely out of the exit gates.
makes sense.
Yeah, it totally understandable. I like that Iron Menace's exit gates are still kind of in the station. So you can still sit in the station if you have like friends who made it on a different train, things like that. You can still kind of be in the station because of the way that their exit gates are laid out.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
I don't remember the station for Iron Menace super well, so
Yeah. It's a good station. I think it's a very well designed station. Yeah.
well, this has been a very productive talk about station design, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like we both had more to talk about than we thought we would.
Yeah, definitely I think there was much more. Once we started to like talk about it a little bit, I was like, "Oh, we can go.
Yeah.
We have a lot here."
Of course, I think at one point I'm like, this would probably be a short episode. Now we're at an hour and 40.
Yeah. It's already 10:15.
Whoops. I wonder if it's snowing here yet. It's supposed to snow soon. Still gotta do trash. Anyway.
All right. Well, I think that brings us to the end of the episode.
um so this episode is dropping Monday. So our I will say Merry Christmas because we're not gonna have another episode until after Christmas. Well, we're recording before Christmas, but it'll drop after Christmas. But yes, to those who celebrate, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We will get one more episode before the New Year.
Yes. And I think it might be an epic one.
Yeah. And I think Brian's finally going to be back with us.
Yes. Very exciting.
Yeah. It will be definitely an epic thing. Which, speaking of which, I'm dropping a Epic Universe vlog on YouTube. I guess when this posts, it'll be this week. So by the time you're hearing this, I will maybe have already dropped it / be dropping it in like 2 days. I think I'm doing
Yay!
I'm trying to do like Wednesday uploads, I think, but I don't
Epic
know.
vlogs. I realized that my joke was bad. I was saying it's too late, guys. I was saying that it would be an epic one, as in it would be epic, not it would be about epic.
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of it. But that'll be in a couple weeks. But
yeah. Very exciting.
Woo! Yeah, thank you for all your support. Again, I can't say that enough. Yeah.
I agree.
We have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. But until then, hashtag think inverted or keep hashtag thinking whatever I say. I don't even know what I say anymore.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's really late. I think
it's late. I'm tired. I'm gonna go cuddle a cat and go to bed. Good night.
Bye guys.